heartedness I didn't like. Should I come back at some other time, when you're feeling more talkative? I asked. I'd grown less patient with him over time, which was unkind, as he needed my patience more now. The raw materials for his creations were running out, and he had other pressures. His rivals, in particular, the magician, who had taken over the entire western reaches of the city, encroached on his thoughts and territory, made demands on him now. His handsome face beneath wispy blonde hair, the lantern chin and high cheekbones, had begun to eat themselves the way a candle is eaten by flame. "Can it fly?" he asked, finally. "No," I said, smiling. "It has no wings," although we both knew that was no guarantee. "Does it bite?" "It hasn't bitten me," I said. "Why, should I bite it?" "Should we eat it?" Of course he didn't mean it. Wick was always cautious, even when reckless, but he was opening up after all. I could never predict it. Maybe that was the point. "No, we shouldn't," I said. "We could play catch with it." "You mean help it fly? If we're not going to eat it." "It's not really a ball anymore." Which was the truth. For a time, the creature I called Borne had retreated into itself, but had now, with a strangely endearing tentative grace, become vase-shaped again. The thing just lay there on the table, pulsing and strobing in a way I found comforting. The strobing made it look bigger, or perhaps it had already started growing. Wick's hazel green eyes had grown larger, more empathic in that shrunken face as he pondered the puzzle of what I had brought to him. Those eyes saw everything, except, perhaps, how I saw him. "I know what it isn't," Wick said, serious again. "It isn't Mord-made. I doubt Mord knew he carried it, but it isn't necessarily from the company, either." Mord could be devious, and Mord's relationship with the company was in flux. Sometimes we wondered if a civil war raged in the remnants of the company building between those who supported Mord and those who regretted creating him. Where did Mord pick it up from, if not the company? A tremor at Wick's mouth made the purity of his features more arresting and intense. "Whispers come back to me, of things roaming the city that owe no allegiance to Mord, the company, or the magician. I see these things at the fringes, in the desert at night, and I wonder—" Foxes and other small mammals had shadowed me that morning. Was that what Wick meant? Their proliferation was a mystery. Was the company making them, or was the desert encroaching on the city? I didn't tell him about the animals, wanted his own testimony, prompted. "Things?" But he ignored my question, changed course. "Well, it's easy enough to learn more." Wick passed his hand over Borne. The crimson worms living in his wrist leapt out briefly to analyze it before retreating into his skin. "Surprising. It is from the company. At least, created inside the company." He'd worked for the company in its heyday, a decade ago, before being cast out, thrown away, as he put it, in a rare unguarded moment. But not by the company. "It has the economy of design, usually only achieved by committees of one." When Wick danced around a subject, it made me nervous. The world was already too uncertain, and if I looked to Wick for anything besides security, it was for knowledge. "Do you think it's a mistake?"